Greetings, Matthew here. In this video I want to go over how to build a sequence in the MPC Live. Check it out. If you saw my last video, you saw how I built up a drum pattern in the MPC Live. In this video I'm going to go over how to build up sounds onto that drum pattern to make a full sequence. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is set my tracks. The first track I have is track 1 and it's going to MIDI out A and MIDI channel 1. Track 2, I want to go to MIDI out A and MIDI channel 2. Track 3, I want to go to MIDI channel 3 on MIDI out A. And 4, I'll go ahead and make this B, output B to MIDI channel 1. And 5, I'm going to make this MIDI out B to channel 2. And then, if you remember, track 6 is drums 1. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and save my project to keep everything that I have. Just in case something happens. So I'm going to go to menu, save, back to main. So basically I got to find some sounds that I like and add them into my sequence here. So I'm going to start with track 1. So this is going out to MIDI channel 1, which MIDI out A channel 1 is going to my Blofeld, which is, you can see here. At this point, I'm going to go to my Blofeld. And I want to make sure that I'm in multi-mode. And then I'm going to create a new multi. Okay, so I'll save this one here. And I'm just going to put Q and D. Then blank this one out. Okay, so now I have that named Quick and Dirty Multi. I'll go ahead and save that multi there. So now I have that saved to M006. Okay, so now what I'll do is just find a few sounds. So channel 1 here, I can go ahead and click there and start browsing through my sounds here. I could push play here if I want to hear the sequence. Basically just start playing around with sounds. I'm just going to use the presets for now for this video. Now if I click here, I can select through different banks as well. So I'll go ahead and go back to my main screen here so you can see what preset I'm on. Once you find a sound that you like, you can go ahead and record it into the sequence. And in this case, I'm going to click the overdub button and then I'm going to hit play start. I'm going to go ahead and extend the sequence a bit. I'm going to click edit here and then I'm going to double the length of it. Go back. So that makes it from 2 bars to 4 bars. So basically I want to keep the first sequence 4 bars with just that note. And then I want to move on to the second sequence here. So on the second sequence I added the hi-hat. So what I can do is I can copy that actually. I could copy those 2 notes that I did originally over to the second sequence. So check this out. I'll click my pencil edit tool here and then I'll go ahead and go to the copy section. I'll copy events. I'll copy sequence 1, track 1 to sequence 2, track 1. I'll replace it. And now when I go to sequence 2, I should have those notes. Now what I did there is I messed up in the fact that I didn't double the sequence 2 before I copied that over. So what I can do is go ahead and I'll click this back to 2 bars and then just double it up again. Okay, so now it should be 4 bars. Okay, so now I have sequence 1 and sequence 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and basically copy that event over into sequence 3. So basically I'm gonna copy the events again from sequence 2 to sequence 3, but this time I'm gonna go to sequence 3 and double that up first. That way when I copy them over, it'll be the appropriate length. Okay, so I'm gonna go to sequence 3. Now you can hear I have a 4-bar loop again. So now I have 3 sequences, each containing 4 bars. At this point I want to add a new synthesizer. I'm going to go to track 5. So basically you have to know your studio, you know your equipment, and know what's on what MIDI track. To keep things easy, you can rename your tracks. So I'm going to go ahead and rename this one to Pulse 2, because that is what the synthesizer is set up to. Okay, and then I want to rename track 4 while I'm at it. Just to recap, track 1 is going to my Blofeld, track 2 is going to my Blofeld, track 3 is going to my Blofeld, track 4 is going to my Minotaur, to MIDI out B, channel 1, and Pulse 2 is on track 5, MIDI out B, channel 2. Then I have my drum track. So in sequence 3, I'm going to add a synth from my Pulse 2. So I'm going to go to track 3 and basically just start playing. Okay, so I want to use this sound for now. So I'm going to click overdub and I'm going to click play start. Basically what I'm going to do now is just copy that whole sequence over to 4. I know I already have a sequence there, but the sequence is basically the same drums as I have on this sequence. So I want to copy sequence 3 to sequence 4. Okay, so now I basically have a build from sequence 1 to 2 to 3, and then now sequence 4, I'm going to bring in a new element. So I'm going to go back to my Blofeld channels and create a new element to bring in here. So let's check this out. So I'm on the 4th sequence. I have 2 sounds already in my sequence, plus the drum track. So now I'm going to go to track 2. Track 2 is sending MIDI out from port A into MIDI channel 2, which is going to the Blofeld on part 2 on the Blofeld. Okay, and so basically what I want to do is, come out with the second part on the Blofeld. Now I'm getting a lot of basses. Let me go ahead and go to a different bank, which is more basses. Here we go. Here's some different sounds. I could do something like that, something simple. I want to keep it nice and simple for this video here. So I'm going to go ahead and push overdub and play start and record those 4 bars. Alright, so that last note was a little quiet, so I can always come over here and basically look at my velocity levels. And I can see right here my last note was a little quiet, so I can pull that up. Of course, I want to select my draw tool first, pull it up a little bit, and it's going to bring it on level with everything else. So basically now, I got sequence 1 through 4, and the 4th sequence basically has everything built up into it. And here it is. Now I want to lengthen the notes of that arpeggiated synth. So I'm going to go to my Pulse 2, come over here, and I can go ahead and look at these notes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select all of them, and I'm going to edit the in position of these notes. Okay, and this last one was a little off. Let me go ahead and select this last one. Bring it back large, bring it large, bring it large. And all right, so let me hear what this sounds like. All right, so there you have it. I went ahead and built up a whole sequence using 2 different synths right here. All right, so if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave it a thumbs up. Be sure to check out the next video in this series. My name is Matthew. I'll see you in the next video.